We signed a 5-year deal, and I think 3 years in, or something like that, I started getting, carried away with abuse, pills
And that was
and
because of the pain, because of what you guys were putting your bodies
yeah,
through.
yeah, and then you just kind of get lost in that, and I would. One thing about me and drugs, like I've never experienced withdrawals, so I don't know what that's like.
Still to this day?
Yeah, never have.
Wow.
And I don't know if I guess I'm just lucky because I talked to Matt about it a lot because I saw him go through them, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, this is real just because the way I am, as far as sick and feverish, and it blew me away to actually see somebody like that because I
Yeah.
didn't know
My
what
God,
to think of it.
I had to take Vicodin for my knee, and I went through the withdrawal just getting off the Vicodin for my
Really?
knee. Yeah.
God.
10 days, felt horrible. I was so depressed. It was depression. And I said, my God, I now know why people get hooked on pills.
Wow.
Because you can't take the freaking withdrawal, because I was so sad and so depressed. So I get that. So it's wild to me that you never got the withdrawal.
Yeah,
Wow.
never did. I mean, take pills for a while, and then I would stop for a month or so, and it's just crazy. And then I would naturally start it again. And so, ever since 21, 22, we didn't even drink until I think I was 21 or 22.
Yeah.
I never drank in high school. That was my invincible power. I thought,
Wow.
along with Matt too, we believed in, that was bad, for your
Yeah.
body, for your faith, for your luck, for everything. So yeah, until we got on the road, and that's when we naturally just started kind of, experimenting
Right.
with things, and yeah, I got carried away with it.
So at first you're doing it for the pain. The pain goes away, but then why did you keep adding? Did you like the high?
I think so, and I think it just that whole, more sociable when I'm high, I guess, is the way you would
Because
describe
you're
it.
quieter.
Yeah, I'm a very quiet person. Always have been, but I think that's probably the main reason. Just around crowds and stuff, it just made me more open and
Yeah.
want to talk more.
Yeah, that is something that I've known about you is more of the quiet. Where does that come from? Were you born that way? Do you feel like you've always been a little shyer?
I think it must be from my mom that I never got to know her that well. So I think I might have got it from her, because I think Matt, as far as being sociable, is more like my dad,
Yeah.
when it comes to communication.
So you think that from not knowing her, because I was asking you earlier if you felt like a loss with her, but you might have been too young. But now looking back, you feel like maybe her death quieted you down? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I just think if I would have got to know her better than I did, naturally we all would know. But I think I'm more like her in that aspect of life, as far as this being shy and.
Because was she shy?
I don't know. That's what I don't know, because I didn't really know her that well.
Did you ask your dad?
Yeah, I've tried. But he tells me stories and everything. But yeah, I'm not sure how she. I just know she was a great athlete. Went to Camel College, played all kinds of sports, and was a great mom. But as far as knowing her as a teenager, which we before puberty or whatever that was when she passed in my life, it's just I don't know. It's strange, but yeah, I just think I'm a lot like her, and I just don't. I didn't know it, or we didn't know it together as humans. But now I believe in that still to this day, that I get some kind of weird power from her.
So the shyness, when you say that you like the way that you were able to kind of break out and be a little less shy on pills and stuff like that, do you look back and feel like your shyness, like, it bothered you in some ways?
I don't think so, but when you start taking pills for pain, and then that leads to you want to take them to feel good, and then that leads to like an everyday kind of habit that I always knew that I was wrong and I was abusing them, but I was like, I'll eventually stop, because I'll go weeks without it, and because, like I said before, I've never experienced a withdrawal from any drug. I don't know what that's like, and maybe that's just what it is about me that led me to 2009 after I left, and I was taking pills heavy when I left here in '09, and it was kind of well hid, and then 2-3 weeks later, after I left, is when I got arrested for opioid, actually trafficking, because I was taking so many and I was ordering them illegally, and got busted. And to this day, I mean, I'm kind of thankful that happened, because I think it could have very well saved my life, because I knew I I mean, I was to the point where if I would take like 8 or 12 at one time to the point of throwing up, and just because I couldn't get, my tolerance was so high. And I was like, what am I doing to myself? Oh my God. But I kept doing it until I got arrested, and I was scared as hell, you know, and I still to this day, that felony haunts me. You know, as far as international travel, it's extremely hard at times. And although I'm way better now, and luckily TNA hired me after that, and I was able to wrestle there for 7 years, and that helped me out big time, because that was an ongoing thing for about 2 years before I was convicted.
Yeah.
And talk about just stress and just wow. So that made me stop, and I think if that hadn't made me stop, I might have been stopped in another. I might be with my mom, you know.
Yeah. But you say TNA helped you, yet you were still doing drugs while you were in TNA.
Somas, yeah. I'd laid off the Vicodin completely, but Somas, you could still get them. They wasn't a controlled substance yet. And the thing with Sting, Somas. I was a damn zombie. And yeah, because you could order them from a website until I forget what year, but now it's a controlled substance because you can't get them as easy anymore. But
right.
Yeah, I quit the Vicodin, but kept doing the Somas. And Somas have hurt and killed. I mean, over the years, wrestlers, I mean, that's a battle.
Yeah.
And again, that thing with Sting is what sealed it all for me. So after that night, when my conviction did happen, and so I was doing my probation and all that stuff. I couldn't even drink for a year or something, because they would come to my house, and if I'd have had beer or wine, Beth couldn't, even drink her wine because I couldn't have it in my house.
Oh, wow.
Until my probation was over or whatever. But then, so all I do is drink now. And so the drugs got me in '09 with the opioid abuse. And then in 2018 is when I got my first and last DUI. So now I'm still going through that now. And it just, oh my gosh, I'm so ashamed, but I gotta, I can't beat myself up over it. That's one thing I learned about in alcohol assessment with all the other people that is going through the same thing. I was very lucky. It could have been a lot worse. If I'd have hurt somebody else, I would have never forgave myself. But luckily, it was just me. It was just my car, and now I'm doing what I have to do to make things right now. I lose my license for a year, and the alcohol assessment class was really good for me to experience, and I'm going to finish community service after about 4 more deals. But even with community service, has been real. It's dreadful. I have to take 8 hours out of a day at home to go knock this out because of the trouble I got in. But man, just being around these guys that do this every day, it's something. There's something very peaceful about it. Out here, just changing trash cans, and instead of just wrestling every night, it reminds me of what it's like to have a normal job, and to communicate with these guys, and they naturally, oh man, yeah, you can't believe Jeff Hardy's out here working with me, man. I'm bossing you around.
I can't imagine.
I mean, these guys are so down to earth, and just because I'm on TV, they don't treat me any differently, and I'm doing all the work just as hard. But and basically to sum everything up as far as trouble, like in '09 when I got arrested was huge. It was terrible. The felony, I mean, all that. But then for drugs to get me back then, and then 2018, alcohol to get me. So I've had both worlds now. And I think when I talked to Triple H after this all went down in March of this year, I was like, I'm really ready to take my career like super serious and more than ever, because I knew I was going to be on my own. I was going to be on SmackDown, I was going to be on Raw.
Right.
So and that's what I'm doing right now. And I mean, through all the trouble and mistakes, I learn every time, and I'm done with that. And I'll go on record by saying this now: I'm never getting arrested again.